a lot of the people that I serve at Allied Wealth, they have bought into the 401k plan, which was introduced into the Internal Revenue Code back in 78, made live, I think, in 1980. And they, defined contribution and benefit plans are long gone, thing of the past. And people are taught today.
Defined benefits are gone.
Yeah, defined benefit plans.
In the government.
Correct. They're still here. Right?
Big time.
And so the defined benefit plans are gone, which are pensions, by the way, and they're replaced by the 401k. So now America is saving the money it's going to use to finance its ideal lifestyle in their golden years, or in its golden years, in what I call a tax infested retirement account, right? Because every dollar that comes out is 100% taxable at ordinary income tax rates in a situation where the U.S. government's debt climbs every day. And if we know that, the debt is paid and the expenditures of the government's paid through tax revenue, what do we tell folks? When we're looking at higher tax bills, all our money's in these retirement accounts, every dollar that comes out is taxable. What do we say to retirees these days?
Most people told me and people of my generation that you were going to pay a lower effective tax rate when you're retired than when you're working. Now, I'm talking about income tax rate, okay? Obviously, when you're retired, if you don't have earned income, then you're not paying social insurance taxes, all right? So you have that. But with
your FICA and Medicare.
Right. But with regard to the income tax rate, we were told you're going to pay a lower effective tax rate. Based on the trajectory that we're on now, that's not going to be the case, okay? Because we've been living beyond our means, because we've been running large deficits, accumulating huge debt burdens, and because you can't solve the problem solely through growth or through spending reductions, you're going to have more revenues. All right. The other challenge that we have is over 40% of individuals who file income tax returns pay zero income tax, over 40%. And about 20% of the people who file individual income tax returns get a rebate. Not only do they not pay, they get money back from the government because of the earned income tax credit, child care tax credit. What's going to happen is more people are going to have to pay something, and the wealthy is going to have to pay more, but the effective tax rates over time are going to have to go up. Now, there's different ways of doing that. Reduced deductions, exemptions, credits, and exclusions. For example, one of the biggest tax preferences in the Internal Revenue Code is you don't pay payroll or income tax on employer-provided and paid health care. It's hundreds of billions of dollars a year. That is not going to be able to be continued, okay? Because it disassociates the true cost of health care from the individual. It helps them desensitize them from the true cost of health care. So bottom line is the effective tax rate's going to go up. We can debate how and how much, but it's going to go up. It's got to. It's just simple math.
Yeah, it does. And that's scary. So, are you a fan of
one reason why I'm slowly converting, my IRA money?
This is where I was going next. So thanks for saying that.
I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that.
So you're converting your IRA money over to Roth IRA.
Correct.
And do you feel like you're doing that right now because taxes are on sale compared to where they'll be in the future?
Well, you can say on sale. I'm saying lower than what words matter.
They do. They do.
Consider taxes to be on sale. It's not exactly something that I wanted to do. It's something that I had to do.
And I agree with you. It's, when's the best time to pay taxes? And it's when the least amount of taxes possible you can pay, right? At the lowest rates. But we do a lot with Roth IRA conversion strategies based on this because I'm very concerned that, I'm very pro-America, thinks this is the greatest country in the world by a mile, but I'm super concerned the stuff that you're talking about needs to be done. It's just not gonna get done. It's scary.
Look, we live in the greatest country in the history of mankind, but we're not as great as we think we are. We do not learn from history. We do not learn from others. We are not exempt from the laws of prudent finance. We are mortgaging the future of our country, our children, grandchildren, and future generations. That's irresponsible. It's unethical. It's immoral. It needs to stop. And so we have two responsibilities as citizens. We need to put pressure on our elected officials to start making the tough choices sooner rather than later so that we can avoid a debt crisis. And secondly, we have a responsibility to ourselves and our families to be able to do what we can to engage in our own activities to make sure that our finances are put in order and to do effective tax planning, estate planning, and other types of activities that we can control. But we've got to be more involved in trying to help put pressure on the politicians to defuse this ticking bomb so it doesn't go off.
Subscribe to Redefine Retirement on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.